Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm so excited that you're here for part two of our video workshop because we're going to be talking about how your money shadow side is showing up in your life and in your career or your business, and specifically what you can do about it. If you happen to skip the first video, I'm Sarah Brill, and I help high achievers break free from living paycheck to paycheck and to feel empowered with money and to step into their ultimate financial free life. What you're learning here with me comes from over 6 years of being a financial coach. And I started off my journey after getting burnout in a corporate job in Dubai in 2016, which looked like me fainting on an aeroplane on a business trip. And after getting fired from that job, I went traveling for 3 years and worked as a dive master and a digital nomad. And I returned back to the UK in 2018 to a place where people were feeling very much the same as I was a few years prior. And I knew there had to be a better way. So I retrained as a certified financial coach twice, and I invested tens of thousands of pounds into my personal development and my coaching skills. And now I coach high achievers just like you, people who are seekers and want to change their relationship with money, who want to create the biggest life they can imagine for themselves, and people who want to create a profound, lasting impact in the world. So, just like me, your life is meant to be lived in a way that lights you up. For me, that's been diving and traveling. But maybe for you, you have your own passions, and that's a beautiful thing. That's wonderful. But your life is meant to be lived in a way that lights you up and makes you come alive. And you don't have to be all together or perfect to show up and make an impact and to make a contribution. If you're being called to do more and you feel like you can't ignore that calling any longer, you feel like you just have this unshakable belief that calling is the desire within you to do more and to be more and become of all of who you are meant to be. And the people that I've now coached over 750 people. They've used the sacred money archetypes to help them up-level their business or their personal finances. I've had people who have progressed their career, negotiated pay rises, found their dream job, had opportunities come to them in ways that they could not even imagine. Some of my most successful clients have set up coffee shops internationally, relocated their family, planned for retirement effectively, helped their children through university, paid for IVF, bought that new car that they really wanted. Honestly, the opportunities have been endless from what I've seen from the people that I've coached. And it's such a beautiful thing to see people living their life to its fullest. And whilst they're making money, they're also changing other people's lives in the process, their families, their friends, colleagues, business partners, the people that are around them. And they're breaking free of past money conditioning and creating the biggest life that they can imagine for themselves. And that's what I want for you. The people that I've coached, they're trading in fear for courage, and they're replacing doubt with feeling worthy of success at every level. So actually, the sacred money archetypes have coached thousands of people across the world. Because this framework has been used by many different coaches. It's one of the tools that I use to help people feel empowered with their money. And they're going to speak to everyone and anyone, no matter where you are. Doesn't matter what culture you're from, what country you're from, where you live, what generation you are, what gender you have, what conditioning, because who we are inherently as people is universal. And it's possible for you to achieve money goals beyond what society has previously told you about what you are capable of. And the people that I've coached, we are proving those narratives wrong, and we are loving every minute of it. So if you want to bring this incredible tool in your life, in your career, in your business, in your relationships, in your family. Stick around until the end, as I have a very special offer for you in the I Am Money visualization, which, as I said in the first part of this workshop, is one of my favorites. So let's do a quick recap on what we've covered so far. You had an in-depth introduction into the strengths of your particular money archetype, whether you're a ruler, accumulator, alchemist, nurturer, celebrity, maverick, romantic collector. We covered them all. We touched on the shadow side of your archetype, as well as having this knowledge and how you can avoid letting go of that shadow side and take control of the things that are potentially causing big problems. And I also introduced you to one of the key concepts included within the Sacred Money Archetype system, which is your Sacred Money contract. And if you did skip the previous videos, these are what the Sacred Money Archetype cards look like. So remember that each of the 8 archetypes have a unique Sacred Money contract that represents both your inherent strengths and where your opportunity is to stretch and grow. And that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's like going to the gym and we work the muscles and the next day we can't walk. That is your body adapting. Okay, and the same thing is going to happen when you get into that uncomfortable space of that stretch zone of your money archetype. And we do that, we step into that space so that you can stretch and grow, so that you can unlock your ability to earn more money, to keep more money, to save more money, to help people with that money, and to step into a new and more highly empowered relationship with money. All right, so here's what we're going to dive into in today's training. In today's training, we're going to pinpoint a specific money boundary unique to your archetype that will release you from old unintentional ways of thinking, because all of this is subconscious. A lot of how we operate has been formed about the ways that we see and think about the world up until the age of 7. So actually how we perceive the world is already wired within us. And so now we need to make conscious effort to bring awareness into the things that are stopping us and holding us back from creating that ultimate life of freedom. And that's going to result in you freeing yourself and start earning and keeping more money. Great. So let's dive in. First of all, we're going to start off again with the rulers. And this happens to be my second archetype. So as a ruler, we already know that you are a visionary. You are an idea machine, that you're not afraid of hard work. And you have really big dreams. You have big goals and you have plenty of ambition. It's your ambition, most of all, that drives you. And your overarching gift is illuminating the desire to achieve. Illuminating the desire to achieve. So can you already guess what your money boundary is? It is overworking and even over monetizing. Right? That's actually a thing. Now, don't get me wrong, hard work is a great thing. And as a ruler myself, I love thinking of ways to monetize every idea that I have, but it also led me to burnout. And you can easily slip into using all of that lovely ambition against yourself and create what I call moving success targets. You probably like to move the goalpost. And that is never allowing you to feel satisfied. What you've achieved so far is incredible, because in your mind, you're already on to the next goal or the next idea to monetize it, the next venture. Now, rulers, you might worry that if you slow down for even a second, it's like you'll lose a vital piece of your identity. And it's that piece that is so determined and centered on generating, creating, and monetizing. And what that can mean is spreading yourself too thin and experiencing a self-fulfilling prophecy where your ideas don't get the attention and the energy that they deserve, which can leave you feeling overwhelmed, unfulfilled, and sometimes very frustrated. And if there was ever a saying, tailor-made for you, it's less is more. Less is more. So your boundary challenge, my beautiful rulers, is to start saying no to the day-to-day and the less important. It's time to start diluting your incredible power and stop distracting yourself with lots of tiny projects when you can use your visionary creativity to say yes to your true soul's work. It's time to stop juggling and to start running your visionary ideas through a screening process. So instead of saying yes to all of your ideas, you channel your time and your energy only into what is truly the most meaningful for you. Now, this takes courage, but courage is one of your strengths. So you can do this. So my Sacred Money Archetypes coaching question for you is this. Is there a dream that you kept a secret? Is there a dream that you kept a secret? Maybe in fear that you'll be judged as arrogant or too big for your boots, or that fear that you won't be able to accomplish it. This is your soul's work, calling for you to do you. And the boundary of saying no to all of those small things will create space for that big impact that you are beautifully made to make. Let's move on to the Alchemist. The Alchemist, you love the unconventional. You are daring, you're creative, and you're not shy about championing causes that support the underdog. And what lights you up is your overarching gift of being a catalyst for positive change in the world. And it's not unusual for you to be around money. You have a talent for that. But let's be honest, you often see yourself as being above money. You're not indifferent to it, far from it. In fact, you're the only archetype that has this fascinating duality, this love-hate relationship with money. You love having use of it, but at the same time, you resent its importance in the world and often think about money as unspiritual or impersonal. And that can often cause you to feel guilty about making money because you feel in some way that making money betrays your values. So your money boundary, my magical alchemist, is to create peace with money and to soften those love-hate edges. Because that love-hate energy, it interferes with being able to take your ideas from the inspiration stage all the way through to making them manifest and making them tangible. You're an idealist and you have big ideas that can help and impact a lot of people. And that takes making money and having money and being willing to be able to be the one making money. So trust me on this. There's no way making money is going to corrupt or pollute your values. That's not possible. You, as an alchemist, are too clear about who you are and what you stand for to ever let that happen. And I'm going to speak very plainly here because it's time to stop snubbing money. It's time to stop trading and bartering your talents. Money is something that you can master. And your reason why is because money is a magical tool. It really is. And it's time to embrace that you can make peace with money, appreciate it, and no longer distance yourself from it. Without ever giving up on any of your beautiful ideas, standards, or values. There is a magic to making money that it's time to give yourself permission to experience. And what I want you to think of is all the good that you can do with money. Think of how good it will feel to be free of any negative feelings about money. So my Sacred Money Archetypes question for you is this. What negative belief about money will you release so that you can create the type of positive change that is your soul's work? Great. Let's move on and talk about my accumulators. So as we know, accumulators might have archetype. And we know that accumulators, you are trusted, trustworthy, steady, and reliable. You're the one who finds saving and living within your means as natural and easy as breathing. You are always on the money. You're always paying attention to it, and your ability to create financial safety is something other archetypes can envy without a doubt. And your overarching gift is eliminating the value of respect and appreciation. But with all that focus on safety, there is an underlying current of fear and distrust. And you might stress and worry that there will never be enough of that proof. And what you have might disappear at a moment's notice. So fear ends up informing a lot of your decisions. And you struggle with the boundary of investing in your future because you are so frugal, or you overthink investing in courses or investing in stocks and shares or other investment opportunities. And maybe you buy things when they're only on rock bottom on the sale. And now you might think, what's wrong with that? It's good to buy things in the sale, and I know how you feel, but it's an awesome skill to have, but it's also a scarcity mindset. It's also scarcity mindset, and it's fueled by scarcity thinking. So for you, my dear accumulators, your boundary challenge can be summed up in one word. And can you guess that word? It's the word expansion. Your boundary work isn't to say no, it's to say yes. And my Sacred Money Archetypes coaching question for you is this: what is an investment you can make right now that will expand your income? Maybe it's a new training course so that you can up level at work or progress your career, or so that you have something new to offer in your business. Maybe there's something in your business or your life that's overdue for an upgrade so that you are aligned with bringing in more money and more opportunities into your business or your career. And I appreciate how uncomfortable it can feel to invest in yourself or in your business. And for me personally, I would much rather hang on tight to my money. Believe me, I have all kinds of places I stash money. But instead of allowing that fear to take hold and to allow those decisions to be made for me, I remind myself that I am amazing with money. So remind yourself, you are amazing with money. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, and that is nudging you in a direction so that you can expand more fully into your soul's work. And this is what you're being called to do at this time, my accumulators. If you're here right now, this is what you're being called to do, to expand your soul's work, to expand how much money you're making, and then to see that money sitting so pretty in your bank account, right? Which feels so incredible and delicious for you. And one last tip I want to share with you. While it's tempting to want to know exactly to the penny in advance how investing in a course or something in your business is going to pay off, that is not the wisest way of looking at it. What is far wiser, and this is now what I do, what is far wiser is to decide upfront that no matter what, you will get a return on your investment, that the value will be there for you. And when you make that decision, you're taking control and making your success inevitable. All right, let's move on to the Maverick. Maverick, let's go. As a Maverick, you definitely are that rule breaker. And Maverick is my third archetype. So whether you're outspoken or you're the quiet type, you definitely love to zig when everyone else is zagging. And one thing is certain, You love to prove that you can do things your way, and you are never willing to play by the rules just to get along. So your overarching gift is eliminating that risk is essential. And when it comes to money, you're fearless, you're clever, you're resourceful, and I love all of this about you. Your ability to make money is awe-inspiring. It really is. You are going to take the risks and you're going to pursue opportunities that most people wouldn't even dream of. For you, it feels natural and it's exciting. You love it. You love the adrenaline, the thrill of it. And admit it, money is a game for you. Money's a game for you, and you love to win. So when you get an idea, and never mind what you might have already started, you're willing to burn it all down to the ground to pursue the new and the exciting. And you can sabotage your own success because you get bored quickly and even rebel against the idea of being successful because of a quirky idea that success is too mainstream. And trust me, it isn't. Making money is like one of the most rebellious acts that you can engage in. So I totally get it and I totally hear this. As we said, I threw in the towel after I got burnt out and I went traveling for 3 years as a dive master. So I get it. I like to do the unconventional too. But pulling up the stakes to start something entirely new is actually how I started my coaching business 6 years ago. And my Maverick was definitely leading the way, even though it's my third archetype. And I'm so glad that it did. And that's why our top 3 are significant. But let's be real here. All that burn it down, start it again, stop before you really achieve success, it takes up a lot of time. It takes up a lot of energy. It takes up bandwidth. And to be perfectly blunt with you, it's not the fullest, highest expression of your cleverness and your talent to make money. So can you guess what your money boundary challenge is? It's creating a foundation. It's creating stability. Now, I know even saying that, I can feel you Mavericks thinking, that's boring. Financial security, that sounds boring. But hear me out just for a moment. Because my sacred money coaching question for you is this. What project could you pour your considerable talent for making money into that would create sustainable income or sustainable savings? Sustainable. And that might be adding a new income stream, or it might be really challenging yourself to make a big impact for more people than you ever have before, stepping up in your career. And the key is holding a money boundary of not burning everything down, but instead to challenge yourself to keep up leveling. And this is your soul's work because deep down in your heart, it's not society. It's not society that we want to challenge. It's your own limits. All right, let's flip the script and let's go in an entirely different direction and talk about the deeply caring nurturers. So nurturers, we know that you are always thinking about others. You're wanting to give, to protect, to support people and animals on the planet. No doubt about that. Caretaking is your currency. And your overarching gift is eliminating the value of caring and compassion. You truly embody that in a way that others take note of and admire. And your compassion and generosity make you a very special light in the world. There is also a fascinating duality to you where you appreciate money and typically you have very good money habits. You're responsible with money for your own self, absolutely for sure. But then there is the other part, and that's the duality that selflessly gives and gives. And all that generosity includes helping and rescuing others financially, which can often compromise your own financial stability and can cause you an enormous amount of money stress. So, with your compassion at heart, it's not uncommon for people to ask you for a loan or want you to go to discount your pricing or ask for favors or expect you to rescue them from their own financial mistakes or lack of planning or emergency money or just having plain money irresponsibility. And no surprise, I have met many nurturers who took on debt to help someone else out of a sticky situation. The debt wasn't for themselves, it was for someone else. So, your money boundary challenge is this: it's time to start letting others take responsibility for their actions and you focus on you. It's time to stop feeling responsible for everyone and their decisions. And it's time to stop putting your dreams at the bottom of the priority list. Your soul's work is to intentionally chart a new direction for yourself, a direction where you always find ways to serve and empower others that don't include financial support. So, my Sacred Money Archetypes coaching question for you is this: if you embrace the mantra that I am not responsible for others, I am not responsible for the world, what new boundaries would you put into place? So here's your new mantra: I'm not responsible for others, I'm not responsible for the world. So, what new boundaries would you put into place? Where would you stop giving away your time or money, discounts or low rates or extra services or loans? Now is your time to embrace that mantra and feel yourself from over caretaking, freeing yourself from over caretaking, and then use all of that reclaimed energy to create that offer or that new service or negotiate a pay rise that you've been secretly wanting to do. Your business or your career is the perfect opportunity for you to make a contribution and a shift from merely serving to intentionally empowering others. Your gift is in creating an experience where people feel cared for and supported, and you deserve to be generously paid for that. So, yes, it takes courage to break free from a pattern, but you are strong and you are resourceful. And I love that about you, and you can do this. Let's move on to the celebrities. It's your turn in the spotlight, my celebrities. And we know that you love the doors that money can open. You love special opportunities and anything and everything VIP. Accepting luxury and having high standards, it comes naturally to you. Your overarching gift is eliminating the value of impact and recognition. And this applies whether you've already stepped fully into embracing your celebrity archetype or if you've been shy and hiding up until now. So you're super fun to be around because you're generous, you love to create exceptional experiences, and you love to live life at large. So, can you guess what your money boundary challenge is? It's dismissing an unimportant, creating a financial cushion. So, it's dismissing the importance of creating a financial cushion. And it's not that you don't know how to make money, you actually do. And you're often a natural when it comes to sales or something like that. So if you're in the business of selling or business development, or you're an entrepreneur, you probably find that really natural. And a natural way to inspire people to step up into a higher standard. And you're typically not shy about embracing higher fees or asking for more money. But what this boundary challenge is challenging you to give yourself permission to have money, money in your bank account, and more than enough to pay your bills each month. And that's going to feel like a challenge for you because you're naturally impatient and you love to spend it now. It's like there's a part of you that thinks, why have money when no one can see it? Why not spend it and feel good with that amazing purse or look good in the photos or on those incredible luxury holidays? But here's the thing. That glow of spending in the moment quickly transforms into a painful truth where your bank balance just can't keep up. And that can create a void in self-worth. And if you're being 100% honest, that leaves you feeling a little bit of shame. So the good news is you don't need to change your celebrity nature. This is all about stepping into your power. And the world needs people like you to be a role model and inspire others to think bigger. And your talent is to stretch others' thinking, which is really, really impressive. So, to support you with this challenge, my Sacred Money Archetypes coaching question for you is this. I want you to imagine that you are the star of your financial future 1 year from now. And so, what is a transformational money decision that you can make today? What is a transformational money decision that you can make today? And maybe it's to serve more people in your business or help more people at work or help the people around you and inspire others because you're so comfortable with it. Maybe it's saying yes to a new opportunity that may not have all the glamour on the outside. But maybe that can create wealth for you when you apply your considerable talents to it. And this is your soul's work, to generously give yourself the experience of having money. And it will surprise and delight you how rich and abundant you feel having money, I promise you. Let's move on to the connectors. All right, connectors, are you ready? We know that as a connector, your heart is always focused on relationships, being with people, volunteering, helping. This is where you feel of most value. And while you may initially have what we call archetype envy and wish you were a ruler or maybe one of the other archetypes, the truth is, as a connector, you possess a faith and optimism about money that other people wish they had. Your overarching gift is eliminating the value of faith and optimism. And there's an innocence to you about money, period. You don't overthink it. You don't think of hustling for it. It's just not in your nature. Which leads me to your money boundary challenge, which is feeling so distant with money that you easily get overwhelmed with basic money details. So if there was a motto that you may be living by, it would be out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Nothing would make you happier than not having to think about, handle, or deal with money ever again. But that disconnect with money can show up as giving away your time, severely undercharging, being happy with appreciation instead of actually being paid, and feel highly uncomfortable talking about money, even with people that you're very, very close to. You also have to be mindful that a disinterest in money doesn't lead you into harmful relationships where you abdicate and give over your money decisions to someone else. And you have to be very careful because of your trusting nature and the combination with your desire that money would just go away. Okay, it means that you can be taken advantage of, or it means that you might follow financial advice that really isn't in your best interest because you don't really understand it. So my Sacred Money Archetypes coaching question for you is this. Imagine if your relationship with money was as close and as personal as the one you're in with someone you love and care about deeply. So imagine your relationship with money as if it was a really close or personal relationship compared to someone that you love and care about deeply. And I want you to imagine that for a moment. And then the question is, what one money habit would you empower yourself to learn and get comfortable with? What one money habit would you empower yourself to learn and get comfortable with? And this is your soul's work. To be brave and create a relationship with money that honors your values. Just like the relationships that you have with other people that honor your values as well. There is no chance that you're going to become someone that you're not, and you're never going to lose that wonderful faith and optimism, because that is your natural brilliance. But what you'll gain is a feeling of gentle empowerment within yourself that's going to deepen your sense of self-worth and value in the world. All right, let's move on finally to the romantics. Romantics, all my pleasure-seeking romantics, no doubt about it. You know how to enjoy life's abundance of experiences and pleasures. You have a here and now style of living, and what feels good to you is what you say yes to without hesitation. Why wait? Why not now? Why not this? Why not live for today? These are the questions that you think are normal to ask, right? So if you're having a down day, that's when shopping is often your self-soothing go-to. And projects that need work put into in the now for a reward in the future, they don't tend to hold a lot of appeal for you at all. So what's your money boundary challenge? Well, it's shrugging off money habits and telling yourself that you're just not good with money. This creates a hands-off relationship or even a resistance to money that doesn't deserve or doesn't serve your dreams or desires. It also creates an unstable money picture behind the scenes, one that brings up intense and often painful feelings of guilt or shame when the credit card bills come in and you know you're not able to pay them, or you're wondering how on earth you spent so much in such a short period of time. So here's the key, my beautiful romantics, that will make everything easily slip into place for you. The key is not getting trapped into thinking that there's no pleasure to be found in your work or no pleasure in paying attention to money. You're very clever and you're very creative. So the key is to create enjoyment and pleasure in your money-making activities and to find pleasure in cultivating simple new money habits that keep you aware and very intentional about spending. And this is being intentional to find the feel good in what will bring in the money and find the feel good in fresh money habits that will bring you financial security. There is a richness to having money that you deserve to experience, and a richness in knowing you have all that you need to buy the services and the support and the experiences that you want, minus the guilt and the shame hangover that can otherwise accompany them. So, my Sacred Money Archetypes coaching question for you is this. Which is, or what is one new thought that you can embrace that gives you a feeling or a pleasure in creating a new money habit? What is one new thought that you can embrace that gives you a feeling or a pleasure in creating a new money habit? And this is your soul's work, romantic, to stretch your thinking and to include pleasant, even pleasurable and feel-good thoughts about making and having money. It's to include having money as a key element in your definition of living in life to its fullest. All right, so what's next? I've just shown you just one example of a specific money boundary specific to your archetype that will release you from old, unintentional ways of thinking about money. And as a result, start freeing yourself and start earning, start saving, start keeping more money. You got to hear about how not to be blindsided by your money archetype shadow side when it comes up, and it often does. And you got to hear specific actions you can take instantly to reclaim your power with money and be the one in charge of your relationship with money. There are opportunities around us every day to make and save money. But how we do that depends on how we energize money specific to your money personality. And when you start stepping into your natural gifts, your natural strengths, once you start freeing yourself from your sabotages, inspiring things are going to start happening for you. You might unlock the excitement and the ease of attracting money and abundance in your life. You will start feeling good and confident about money. Maybe it's about paying off debts or loans. Maybe it's about building better money habits. Maybe it's about taking bigger risks and saying yes to opportunities like investing that's going to help you achieve financial freedom far quicker. And when you step into the tools and framework of the sacred money archetypes, you're going to be able to discover a lot more about yourself and start empowering yourself with money more than you ever thought possible. I can guarantee that because this work has changed my life. And as I said before, it's changed thousands of people's lives as well. So I invite you now to join me in the I Am Money visualization tool. It is one of my favorites. There is included a I Am Money visualization guided by me. And there is also workbooks there that are going to help you step into that power of money so that you can start thinking about money in an entirely different way than you've ever thought about it before. I can guarantee you that. And it also includes a coaching exercise called Creating Your Conscious Money Compass, which is going to be understanding a bit more deeply how you can start using your top 3 sacred money archetypes to understand and create your path to freedom, to discover your truth and your values when it comes to money, so that you feel empowered, so that you create the right money mindset that's going to benefit you depending on who you uniquely are with money. So there's a link below. It's also on my Stan store. So if you came through Instagram or LinkedIn or any of my other socials, you will see that my Stan store is there. And the I Am Money visualization exercise is there. And I am so excited to hear what's on the other side of this exercise for you. If you've listened to all of this, the first video and the second one, I'd love to hear your takeaways and your insights. So please do drop me a message on either Instagram or LinkedIn. It's where I tend to hang around most, because I'd love to hear the breakthroughs that you have had in understanding your money archetype a little bit more. Because all of this starts with awareness. We get better with money, we get more confident with money when we can understand ourselves. And our self-worth projects into our net worth, right? How we feel on the inside is often reflected in our bank accounts. Now, if you're thinking, I don't really need to step into my power with money, Sarah, just give me the tools. I also have the Budget Your Way to 100K toolkit, which includes a budget planner, loads of other juicy exercises. It includes a 60+ minute video as well, which guides you through different tips, different topics, different ideas around budgeting. And of course, how you manage your money is going to depend on your sacred money archetype. So depending on where you're at in your journey, you're going to need to leverage different tools. So check out my Stan store and see which one is going to support you best on the next phase of your journey. I look forward to seeing what comes next for you. So enjoy the ride.